Hi guys, and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Okay guys, very exciting times. As we know, the market is ramping up right now. Really great to see. We saw an incredible run with Bitcoin, and XRP followed along with it, and it is looking very possible that we are now going into a bull run and getting what we have finally been waiting for, and that is alt season. So I have an article here once again. XRP close to finishing wave 2 correction as wave 3 targets $43. Wow. So the first thing I just want to say in regards to this, the date of this article was actually before the rally, right? So the reason why I wanted to tell you that is because, one, is it that this analyst is correct that, you know, when this says it was finishing the wave 2 correction, is it because they got it bang on and this is the end of it now? And two, obviously when I explain some of the things from the article, you might think, well, the prices sound a bit out now. The prices are not correlating with where we're currently at. So I just want you to obviously understand that when we're explaining it. But this does give context because, again, is it that this analyst made the correct call, right? Who knows? And if they did make the correct call, are they right about XRP going to $43? Maybe. So the first thing I want to say is $43. Is that a plausible number? Yes, it is. It's not out there. It's not hype. That is plausible. Now, I will say this. I would say personally, in my opinion, it's on the high end. So I would say if we got to like $43, I would say that XRP performed exceedingly well to get to that kind of number. But I wouldn't say it's ridiculous. It's not like a completely hype number in my opinion. I think that's completely plausible. Okay, so let's get into it. XRP looks close to completing its ongoing wave 2 correction, with the upcoming third wave targeting double-digit levels. Notably, XRP has remained under pressure throughout 2026, with the cryptocurrency down nearly 43% since the beginning of the year. However, chart data suggests the current decline may be nearing its end. Market watcher eGreg believes XRP is following an Elliott wave structure in which the ongoing pullback represents wave 2. If this outlook proves correct, the next impulsive wave 3 could lead to $43.83. XRP facing bullish divergence. The 3-day XRP chart highlights what appears to be a notable bullish divergence. Although XRP has continued to print a lower low, the relative strength index in brackets RSI has moved in the opposite direction by forming a higher low. This often suggests that sellers are beginning to lose strength, even as prices remain under pressure. The chart indicates that this divergence shows weakening downside momentum. In other words, the pace of the decline has started to slow despite XRP still trading within its broader correction. Bullish divergences often appear near major market bottoms, which makes this one of the main reasons the chart suggests the current decline could be close to ending. Several resistance levels still stand in the way. The bullish outlook could play out only if XRP continues reclaiming higher price levels. According to the chart, sustained closes between $1.30 and $1.60 would provide the first sign that buyers are regaining control. So just remember that we're at like $1.40 roughly, I believe, so bear that in mind. Beyond that, XRP would need to secure closes above $1.96 and later clear the $3 to $3.60 resistance zone. The chart identifies a break above the previous wave 1 high as the strongest confirmation that the wave 3 has begun. Each of these resistance levels add more confidence to the bullish outlook. Until XRP moves above them, the structure remains a developing scenario, not a confirmed breakout. XRP could target $43 in wave 3. The projected upside comes from the size of the previous impulsive move. According to the chart, wave 1 delivered gains of about 1,200%. Since Elliott wave theory often identifies wave 3 as the strongest part of the cycle, XRP could record a much larger push during the next phase. Specifically, wave 3 could produce gains of around 1,900% to 2,000%, which would amount to nearly a 20-fold increase from the expected bottoming region. Based on that projection, the long-term targets include $6.42, $13.37, $22.55, $29.63, and finally $43.83. Despite these ambitious targets, price confirmation remains the deciding factor. The bullish divergence suggests XRP may be forming a bottom, but the asset still needs to break above its corrective structure before wave 3 can be confirmed. Okay, let's leave it there. So you get the gist, guys, right? And as I said, one of the price targets that it said it needed to go above was the $1.30 mark, which we broke past that. We absolutely did with strength. So this is where I'm saying, like, is this the beginning of the bull run? So this is the thing. It's definitely looking positive, guys. The thing that I will say that impressed me the most is that this wasn't like a, it just went up like Bitcoin didn't just go up $1,000 and then everybody got excited. It literally went up from like $60,000 and almost got up to like $80,000. Like that is very, very impressive. That is a strong run. So to do that within the matter of days, that is bull run activity. Absolutely. So it is a thing where this could be us just breaking the bear market trend. And then from here, we get Bitcoin to have its final push of where it can go to a high. And then after that, it could be alt season coming through from there. That's typically how it happens. Now, the one thing I will say is we are in a different territory now. Like even the way, for example, we had in November 2024 when XRP went up to $3, right? Like this was very different because really alt season should have happened by now. So we should really just be in the bear market after alt season already occurring, but that didn't happen. So the market is definitely different how it used to be. So how this happens compared to other cycles, that's where I'll say I do think it's a bit different and maybe it won't look exactly the same as previous cycles. But if we still get our alt season at some point soon, who cares, right? Who cares how it plays out as long as we get it and get it soon. So I'm really hoping for this. I'm really hoping that we can get what we've been waiting for. We've definitely had, a bit of a wait, a bit of an unexpected wait because, it was looking good in October last year already and we had it taken away from us. But here we are again. So here's hoping this is the real final push that we can get. We can all get our life-changing wealth and then we can all be here happy. That's what I'm hoping for myself and for you guys. I really hope this is the opportunity we have been waiting for. But I will say this, guys, $43, while it is a high number, I definitely think that would be, the higher end of XRP, the higher end of what I would expect it to get to. It is still plausible, like it's not out of reach. It's a plausible number. So I would be over the moon, to be honest with you, if we got $43, pun intended. It wasn't intended, but I'll throw it in there. I'd be over the moon if we was to get $43. I'll be really happy with that. I don't know about you guys, but for me, I think that's more than enough in one bull run to get up to $43. That would be incredible. But this is the other thing that I'll say is like, you've got to remember, even if it got to $43, are you going to hang in the whole way to $43? So that's another thing that I might do a video on, is just like the psychology of a bull run. Because this is where it's not just necessarily about where XRP can get to price wise, it's the fact that we don't know for sure. So is it a thing where you're going to hold on, but then what if it doesn't make it to $43 and then you miss, like, let's say it gets to $20 and you think it's going to $43 and it doesn't get there, and then you don't sell and you miss your opportunity to sell at $20. So this is where it does get very, very difficult. It really does. But yeah, like that's something where you guys have to make your own plan. I might do a video on that and cover it and just kind of give you guys an idea of how, like, how the psychology works when you are in these kind of euphoria zones. Same as bear markets as well. They're both, they're both the same type of thing. It's just the opposite end of the spectrum, whether it's positive or negative. That's it. But it's definitely something worth thinking about, because if we are going into this alt season, you're going to want to be prepared. You really are going to want to be prepared. But look, we'll see how it goes. Fingers crossed, $43. I'll be really happy with that. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll leave it there. If you did like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe so you can be updated for future XRP content. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be alerted on when I do drop a new video. Thank you very much for watching this, and I'll see you all on the next one.